need to reinsert
I think it's
the
going to
code.
automatically do it.
Oh, because it's scheduled. Can you unschedule it?
Go to basic info.
Live.
Maybe we can.
There you go. I think we're on live.
Awesome. We're live. I don't think it started yet.
I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out. But I might be able to.
We are live.
Hey guys.
Look at this. Hey.
Right on. It
This
looks like
is
it's
awesome. Yeah, we are live. So
From
our
New
very
Zealand.
first time.
Oh my gosh, 5 a.m. You're awake at 5 a.m.
Oof.
That's
Yeah.
impressive. All right, let's figure this thing out. Let's put that back up.
Cool, guys. This
And-
is our first time live streaming. If you don't know why
Yeah.
we started, we had a live chat along with Megan and Bobby
Yeah, from
and
Sailing
Sailing Doodles.
and
If you
Ren
don't know
Sailing.
them, you can go and subscribe to them too.
Oh my gosh.
And
look
they
at those comments
convinced
already.
us to do our own live chat. So here we are.
Trying it out. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is fast enough here, and hopefully you guys are getting audio and video because it's our first. The Wi-Fi here is not super fast, so
Yeah.
hopefully it's working. Italy, hello.
Hi, there's so many of you already there. It's amazing. Hi from Hawaii, from Florida, from Canada, Ohio,
Kingston,
Washington.
that's over in like Toronto area, right on Tampa. Oh, SB Bacchus. You
Hi,
guys are back
Curtis
in
from San Diego.
SB Bacchus. You guys are back in. Was that Bacchus that met us up in Fajardo? Is that you guys? Or we were supposed to meet in Fajardo? I can't remember. Wi-Fi is lagging in the video. Yeah, of course.
Cool, we're so excited, guys. We can't wait to answer all of your questions, or at least a lot
Yeah.
of them,
What do you
if
guys want to
possible.
know about? Oh my gosh, so many people are showing up. That's amazing.
Hi from all over the world, and we are in the BVIs. Right now we are at a restaurant called FOXY's.
And Joost van Dijk.
And Joost
the
van
BVIs.
Dijk, the BVIs, and it's an amazing place. So much history here, and yeah, it was open since 1967.
1967 they
Yeah.
opened this place. It's been around for a long time. Apparently it's a pretty popular spot. We did zero planning when we decided to come to the BVIs. We weren't supposed to come here this early, but we met up with a patron here who was renting and chartering a boat. We came around and we met up with him,
Yeah.
Robert, yesterday. That was fun. But yeah, we're here in the BVIs now. We weren't really expecting to be here this early.
All right, questions. Do you have plans to sail around the Caribbean?
We're halfway done sailing around the
We
Caribbean.
are, yeah, right now we're in the BVIs. We're hoping to go around to Grenada, hopefully by August. You know, for hurricane season, we want to be in a safe spot. And our plan is, crossing our fingers, to go around the South America, Central America, and go to Cuba, and hopefully
by
cross
next
to Europe.
spring we'll cross
next
the
year, yeah.
Atlantic. That's the point. That'd be pretty cool. Hi from ATL. We got some people from Atlanta.
Woo, represent.
Well, we feel sorry for you. No, I'm kidding.
All right, now the fridge. The fridge is doing well, like really great so far. If you haven't seen our latest
you should check it
episode,
out.
we just posted one today that
was,
talks about the installation.
So we're a little bit behind in our videos. I think we finished building that fridge in Fajardo, which was about 4 weeks ago. And since then, it's been great. It draws the same current all day long. It keeps chicken cold and milk cold. It's right around 4 or 5 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
The ice box is big. It keeps it cold enough. We love it. It's silent. It just works.
We can
And
drink cold water.
We're really, really
which is-
happy with
which
it so far.
We feel so fancy now that we have the fridge. We have the windlass. What else? do
Lazy
we have?
Jacks.
We have
got
Lazy Jacks.
Our copper bottom's getting nice and clean.
Can't go
We're-
better than this, right?
We feel so fancy. So fancy. But you got good connection.
All right. So, any plans to change to a bigger boat?
No.
Not yet. Right now, we want to give Uma the full potential of all the experiences that she can get. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll circumnavigate with her. That's our plan.
Or see how far we get. It
Yeah.
might not be a full circumnavigation, but
And
we're not done with Uma yet. Every time we do an upgrade or an improvement, we love her more and more, and we're not ready to get rid of her just yet.
She's a unique little boat.
Any plans to visit Cartagena, Colombia? Yes,
would
actually.
love
If we
to.
have time to sail through the ABCs and then down to Cartagena before sandblast and up to like Cozumel and around to Cuba, definitely. We would love to. It looks beautiful.
So Jeff asked, how long are you going to be in the BVIs? That's a good question. Maybe for
2 weeks?
next couple 2 weeks.
Maybe
Yes.
2 weeks. There's lots to see and do here. We haven't even read a cruising guide yet. We've
Yeah.
just been here checking things out.
So Jeff, we don't know if we'll be still around, if you're coming around, but just send us a message. If we're here, we'll be happy to meet you.
Sure. Email's the best way, by the way. Our email address is on our website, which is sailinguma.com. And if you guys want to get in contact us directly, email's really the best.
Yeah. Are you guys planning to sail the Pacific at some point in our lives?
Eventually,
Yes.
but we're not going through Panama Canal into the South Pacific now. We want to go see Europe first.
We want to do a different route, so maybe from Europe, then we'll go to the Pacific from there instead of crossing the Panama Canal. But
Yeah.
you never know. Plans change. As you know, we didn't really plan to be here right now. Here we are. So many questions.
So many questions. We had no idea you guys are going to be commenting so much. This is great.
All right. So a question that probably a bunch of you have is the electric motor and
Electric
the issues
motor.
that it has.
Everyone wants to talk about the electric motor. So
Yeah.
let's just talk about it a little bit right now. And
Main topic right now for the
if
next
you guys have
couple
any more
minutes.
questions after that, we'll try to do our best to answer
Yeah.
them.
So we did do a video, I think 2 episodes ago, about a problem that we had with our electric motor.
With
We
the
went
batteries.
to Fajardo,
Yeah.
and it just didn't start. So we sailed on anchor, and we figured out that the batteries were sulfated.
Yes, we hadn't
And-
been charging them quite right. And that was back in 2 videos ago. We
Yeah.
explained everything that happened.
And it was a big adventure to find batteries, but we did. And ever since, everything works perfectly. And audio is dropping. I hope it's not from our side.
So the electric motor is really great. It pushes our boat to hull speed, but for a very short amount of time because we don't have a big enough battery bank just yet. But we've been working with a guy in Florida, and hopefully we'll be upgrading to lithium-ion batteries by next spring before we cross to Europe, and probably a new charge control. We have a lot of good modifications that we want to do to the electric motor, but we just haven't done them yet because it works for what we use it for. We just use it to get around moorings and to help us out anchoring a little bit, or to get into a marina to get water, and it's really great. I mean, we left the U.S. Virgin Islands and picked up our anchor, sailed, dropped the anchor, and then sailed over here all in a day, and our batteries were 100% when we got here just because of the sun. And we used the motor 4 or 5 times that day
Yeah.
to get in on the anchor, get out of an anchorage, all that kind of stuff. So we love it. We would do it again.
Yeah, guys, I apologize if from time to time the audio drops. The Wi-Fi isn't very fast, but we hope that it's enough that we can communicate with you. If I completely disconnect, just let us know, please, so that we can find a way to fix it. But
Yeah, hopefully it's working. The Wi-Fi here isn't that. I apologize. Hopefully our next live will be a little bit better. We'll try to find.
yeah, and like you guys say, like YouTube, it's never perfect. There's always something that goes wrong, and
Yeah.
it happens.
And also with live stream, there is a lag. There's a buffer that YouTube puts for some reason, so it's not actually live. It's a couple seconds behind. So your comments kind of get trickled down, and we do our best to answer.
Yeah, hopefully it'll get better. This is our first live stream, so we're very much learning this whole process.
Brad wants to know if we were able to fix the outboard. No.
No.
We took it with tested in San Juan. The guy Luis who were hanging did a compression test. It was bad in one cylinder, and it needed probably $600 worth of parts, not labor, to fix it. We decided to leave it with him, and hopefully he could rehome it. But no, we don't have an outboard anymore. We've been without one for a month, and we haven't missed it. My back and my forearms are getting all worked out from rowing, but it's been fine. Porta boats row really well. so-
Grandpa, I think I remember
Grandpa
seeing
goes
you
sailing.
in Selling Doodles live chat. Hello. Oh, but yes, diesel motors. Yes, you can motor for days on them, but you
Yes.
do have to buy fuel.
Roughly the equivalent is
So-
we make about 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons of diesel fuel from our solar panels every day.
Yeah.
That's about the
and
equivalent.
the sun is free, so.
And it's free for us, and we never motor for very far, so it's fine.
All right, so let's see what else with us.
What else we got? I'm missing what I wanted to hear concerning the motor. Hey Penna, what did you want to hear concerning the motor? Batteries are getting recycled. Batteries get recycled. Yeah, they do.
So we can turn our bitrate to reduce buffering. I don't know if that done that.
If we lower our bitrate anymore, it's going to be like 240p streaming.
Yeah,
instead
we're
of
streaming
360.
right now at 360 because that's the best quality that we can possibly have. But if
Trying
you guys
to.
don't mind a very, very basic quality in order to everything being on track, then
Heidi,
we can do
hi
that.
from Finland. Hello, Finland. In our very most recent sailing plan, we plan on coming up next fall up into Northern Europe, and then maybe trying to find a canal to come back down to the Med through the winter, which would be crazy.
Do you want to try
don't
to?
tell anybody.
Want to try to lower the bitrate?
I guess
Okay,
makes
we'll
sense.
try to go on a lower bitrate, guys. Let's see if that works.
I'm not sure if I can change at the same time. Output.
Yeah, bitrate 700, 500.
I don't know if that's going to change anything or not.
Boom. All right, we'll see if that works.
Regards from DR.
Hi
we love
from
it
DR.
there.
Yes, DR was amazing. We love the people. We love everything that
we had a lot of fun in the DR.
we didn't see a lot, but
not by
we had
sail.
some
We traveled a lot by
experiences.
car while we were there. We did like the whole country in a road trip.
Yeah. Oh, also, you guys, I wanted to let you know that at the end of this lovely little live chat, we're going to give this away to one of our people that are watching today. It's a little coaster from FOXY here, and we'll sign it for you guys. A little sailing of mine. Hopefully, we'll be able to have FOXY actually sign it too. So yeah, so stay tuned at the end of this live chat. We will donate this to one of you lucky fellas.
Yeah, we're gonna sign it and send it to some of you guys. One of you guys, I think, if we can get your address, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like our connection's not that good. Watering toast recycling does not eliminate toxic waste in landfills.
All right, let's try to lower the bitrate again.
Just free frame rate on your videos.
I'm so sorry, guys, for it being so slow. I don't know how.
No, there's certain things we can't change anymore because we're already streaming, so we can lower our bitrate a bit, and that's all we can really do, unfortunately. I wish we could do better, though. We'll try to get better Wi-Fi next time.
Yes. Again, this is a learning experience for this first live chat, and hopefully the second live chat will be more amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
And hopefully we'll figure there's a way that you can have multiple scenes at the same time, and hopefully we'll get that to you next time.
Are we getting scolded for not having lifelines again? Guys, for real, we just don't need them in the Caribbean. There's just not enough rough weather to validate having them. We do plan on getting stainless steel rails, like handrails, put on the boat before we cross the Atlantic. But so far, we rarely have to go up on deck, and there's just not very bad weather. It's all predictable down here. So if you get caught out in really bad weather in the Caribbean, it's because you're not really paying attention to where you're sailing. But we haven't missed them. We've been sailing for over a year and a half, and haven't really missed not having them yet. The ones that came on our boat were just so flimsy that we got
it's
rid of them
crazy.
'cause
Like when we were on the
break if you
boat,
fell against
we
them.
just leaned on them and they would break. So we decided that it was best to not risk, trying to rely on them. And in the meantime, that we will wait to have really good stainless steel. We can keep sailing until then. So, oh, no data, no active streaming. What is that?
It sounds like this Wi-Fi connection's pretty slow. It's not giving us much streaming ability. I apologize for that. We'll try to get a better one next time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. We can definitely, after this live stream, we can post it so that you guys can rewatch it again if you can't watch it now, because I know some of it's a work day on a Thursday. So, when you guys get back home, you can go back and watch us go crazy.
We'll post this one. We'll post this one on our YouTube channel after, so you guys can go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, but hopefully you can still stay with us. You don't have to go just because we're gonna post it later.
And also in the future, I think we're gonna have these posted in our vault. But for now, I think we'll be able to post this one.
And a lot of people actually use their phone services in order to get online, and that's a better system, but we don't have a phone service, unfortunately. So we rely on whatever Wi-Fi that we can find wherever we are, and it's very tricky to do that.
Try audio only, better than nothing. Portable Wi-Fi, we might end up getting it. Hello from Martinique. Ooh. Waiting for a package to arrive, and then heading down to Grenada.
Cool. Well, if we're in Grenada at the same time that you are, just let us know. We'll be happy to meet with you. We love meeting people, so the more the better.
We'll probably be heading through the rest of the Caribbean down to Grenada pretty quick. We want to get down there by August or so before it gets too bad.
Yeah. Again, I'm so sorry for the low quality of this Wi-Fi. I really was hoping it was better. Yesterday it was actually really fast. That's why we decided that we were going to do it here.
And until we actually stream, there's not really much way of actually figuring out if it's going to work or not. The numbers can line up and not line up, but until you actually post live, there's nowhere.
And a lot of times the uploading speed and the downloading speeds of the Wi-Fi is completely different. So the downloading something can be fast and uploading can be really, really slow, which is the case today, unfortunately. Nice haircut. You're talking to probably this guy.
I think you're talking about your haircut. You're looking spiffy.
Oh yeah, I don't have my crazy hair today. I have like a little something going on in back.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, cool. So what else? What other upgrade? Oh, a lot of people have been asking us an update on the copper bottom. And the reason why we haven't really done a video about it yet is because we didn't know how to compare it to other things. We didn't know what to tell people.
Yeah, we haven't had any other bottom paint on a boat before.
It's the paint that we've ever used, so we just an experiment because they never really used it on other boats before, so we were experimenting for them. And what happened is when we launched, the bottom was obviously super clean, and months after that we started having barnacles, we started having soft growths, and we had to clean it so much.
Certain bays it was a lot worse than other bays. It was really hard to try to figure out if it was our bottom paint or if it was the water we were in or what was going on.
And for a minute we thought that maybe this paint just isn't as good as it claimed to be. But we realized that it's a copper bottom, so you have to reactivate it from time to time.
We've never really like fully sanded it back down again since we launched.
Something we didn't do for a long time. And finally, when we were in St. Thomas, then jumped in the water and really, really cleaned the boat, like sand it down to the part that you can actually see the powder of the copper coming off. Yeah. And ever since then, we actually did an experiment. Half of the boat was resanded, and half of the boat was just scraped. And a week later, we can see a completely big difference.
Yeah, it's amazing actually. It's been a week and a half. Half the boat is still super clean. The other half of the boat already has soft growth on it. So I think we kind of found the solution, and we're going to scrape the other side of the boat and sand it, and hopefully we'll be good again. But certain harbors are just dirtier than others, so sometimes you just get growth on things. That we've had barnacles growing on our anchor chain too, so who knows?
Yeah. So Rico asked, what do we miss about Haiti?
Being the only boat in the anchorage.
Yes, that's a definitely bonus that you get if you ever to get to Haiti.
The beaches are beautiful, the water's crystal clear, the food is amazing, and you're the only boat in the anchorage, and the people are super friendly. That's what we miss about Haiti. There's 60 boats in the anchorage where we are. They all kind of swing and almost bump into each other. It's a mess.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope that in the future Haiti will be more popular to cruisers, and one of the reasons why we wanted to give a little advertisement for this country is because they deserve it. It is so nice there, and the people are so nice, and it's as beautiful as the BVIs. So yeah, I mean, we really love being the only sailboat in an entire bay, but hopefully that will change.
What else is going on here? Yeah, so
I'm glad this is better. I hope the audio and video is actually good now.
Where are we spending hurricane season? We plan on making it to Dominica by August, where it starts to get kind of bad in the Caribbean, and then working our way along South America down to the Sandblast, and then come back up in early to late November, around Cuba, December, and then be back in Florida next February. We've got some projects we want to do on the boat, maybe spend a month there before working our way up the coast and hopefully crossing the Atlantic in April or in May or June of next year.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit dark here, guys, but it's where the Wi-Fi is faster.
Right back here is the Wi-Fi router.
We were earlier out in the patio, and it was beautiful beautiful lighting, sorry. Beautiful lighting. But you couldn't really hear anything. The Wi-Fi was really slow, so here the router is somewhere
right near us. Yeah. So the Swedish West Coast in the summer. That sounds beautiful. We haven't really looked into the options yet, but I think we're trying to make our way up to that Denmark sort of Holland area, and then hopefully finding a canal that we can take our boat through down to the Med before it gets cold, because it gets cold up in Sweden and our boat's not insulated. So
it'll be cold, yeah. So where did we meet? We met in architecture school
in Atlanta.
A couple years ago.
It's been a while.
Yeah, so we were in the same school since 2009, and we knew of each other because in architecture you only start with a group of people, and the same group of people kind of go forward, and a lot of people drop off or fail or just. We started with 300 people, and we graduated. We were 30. So eventually, you know everyone.
You have to know everyone, and we ended up meeting each other.
But I think the official way that we met, we actually were going on a class trip to Seattle, and we were sitting next to each other in the airplane, and so we became friends, and from there things flourished into what we are today.
Grandpa's Farm. Why didn't we allow Super Chat? I'm not sure.
I don't know how to do it. Super Chat would be great because it's a way that people can get prioritized in terms of the question. Because if you get a lot of questions, it's really hard to answer to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But honestly, Grandpa, maybe you can send us a message and explain us how to do it because I have no idea.
We haven't figured that one out yet.
Yeah, and maybe next time we'll be able to open that section up.
Now, good break from work. Sweet. I'm glad the sound and video seems to be doing all right.
Yeah.
What about catamarans? Do you like them? We appreciate what they are for who they are, I guess.
So we appreciate them because there's
like a floating house. They're huge. Like
it's
condos.
Very different. And we kind of joke around about it, but we say that if you like sailing, then a monohull is great for you. And if you like being comfortable in the water
If you
and
like
living on
moving
the
your house
water,
around,
then a
catamaran's good.
catamaran. I keep messing up my English. I don't know why. A catamaran is good for you. So
Yeah, they don't sail like monohulls, and we like how monohulls sail.
Yeah.
Even though there's limited space and everything moves and all that, we still love that. So we like monohulls.
yeah, I've only been on a catamaran once, so I can't really validate that much. But so far, I love the monohull. I like the way that she moves. Even the sound, I like it. So it's great.
And now that our boat doesn't squeak and she sails really well, we like a
It's
monohull
much
for sure.
better. From there, we can only go up. Improvements on Uma every time.
Another electric motor and/or discussion. We're putting together another electric
Yes.
motor video, kind of talking about what we like about it, how it's worked in the last year, all that kind of stuff. So
How it works
all
for
the
anchoring.
detailed answers will be in that. We'll leave it at that because there's a lot to talk about, but we just don't have time to talk about only electric motor all day long. So.
Yeah, please make more about the motor. Yes, we will
for
definitely do about the motor. And hopefully we'll go so far with just an electric motor without having to... The only tricky part would be if we are going through canals in Europe or the Panama Canal, then we will have to somehow either get lithium-ion batteries or find a way to be a hybrid.
By the time we make it to Europe, we'll definitely have lithium-ion, a whole bunch of them. And if we end up going through a canal, we'll just have to make sure that like kind of every night or every other night, I mean, you can't motor in the canals at night anyway, so you motor through, spend a night in marina, charge your batteries up, motor the next day. We're hoping for about somewhere between 30 and 60 mile range. It kind of depends on how we set everything up. That's what our fingers are crossed for.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out.
How old are you guys? I am 27. And
I think I'm 28.
you always forget how old he is. It's
Last time I
so
checked, I was
weird.
28, but I don't remember when that was. So
I just think
it might be
so
older
weird.
by now.
Yeah, and so I saw a question earlier. It's really hard to see it again.
Is it up here?
No. I just had it. Oh, Matthew asked, how do we get weather updates? Couple of different ways. We use a website called Windy TV.
I think it's just windy.com.
Windy.com now.
WindyTY.com now. It's a great website. We've been really happy with how accurate it's been for wind and wind forecasts. So we tend to use that one to kind of visualize and see everything.
Yeah.
How else do we get weather?
We get weather from our satellite device.
Yeah.
If we don't have Wi-Fi, then we have an inReach.
It's also been pretty accurate.
It's very basic. It just sends you a text where the wind is coming from, how strong it is, and where it's going. But it's very helpful for what we need. And also, we always try to keep somebody. Most of the time is Dan's dad. He goes and
Thanks, Dad, if you're watching.
Yeah, right. He goes and find out the information for us because he was a rescue researcher. How do you call it?
Search and rescue.
Search and rescue.
He knows,
yes.
He knows about weather.
He knows about weather and how to communicate to us about it. So he does that when we're offshore, which is good.
It's been working out so well.
Yeah, it's been working out great. What else? Set up a super chat. We wish we could. I don't know how. So next time we will
Share
definitely.
your budget with the sailing in the Caribbean.
So far in the BVIs, we only spent $22.
Just to check in. We still have food and water left over from the last time, so.
It's so funny because it costs 50 cents per person to check in and $22 for the boat.
It wasn't bad.
It was the cheapest.
It really depends where we are and what we're doing. I know that's what everyone says, but it really depends. In the Dominican Republic and Haiti, $1 goes so much further than the BVIs or Turks and Caicos or even the Bahamas. So, and it really depends kind of what you have. People keep saying over and over again, it costs what you have, and that's pretty true. It seems if you want to do it on $800 a month or $500 a month, and you just have one person, you can do it. And if you want to do it on, $10,000 a month, you can do that too. So.
Yeah,
it depends how many of these you drink. And
exactly. I was
going
to say it also depends how many times you want to drink out. Like today is kind of like a celebratory day because we're with you today. Yay. But yeah, and other than that, we do grocery shopping for the most part, and we cook ourselves. It's great to eat out from time to time, but for the most part, we just do it ourselves.
Bye, tight little tribe sailing and travels. Sorry, you have to go back to work.
Aw, bye. Hopefully you'll be able to come back later and watch it again.
Steady mobbin? Where are we located? We're in Joost van Dyke in the British Virgin Islands right now at a restaurant called FOXY's.
Yeah. Oh, we have a really fun little thing that we can show you about FOXY's. My fingers
like a little
over.
video, you guys. Maybe you can check this out.
Look at
Here
this.
we are.
So this is FOXY's, guys. It's amazing. It's right by the beach, and it's I think the most popular restaurant in the BVIs, if
That's
not
what
in the
everyone keeps telling
Caribbean.
us.
Yeah, everybody keeps telling us that it's an amazing place, and they have really good events. And one time a year they have thousands of people in this tiny restaurant. And it's the owner is FOXY, and he opened it in 1967. So it saw a lot of history in this place. So yeah, so that's what it is, guys, and hopefully you'll be able to see it.
That's pretty sweet. Hi, Dad. I see you're on there. Working from Caden Farm, right on. It's weird to be in the British Virgin Islands live streaming with people all over the world, that's for sure.
So Leo asked, are you guys considering to get a wind vane?
Wind vane, yeah, definitely. Actually,
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons we're going back to Florida. We weren't planning on going back to Florida, but one of our friends there who has another YouTube channel, you guys should check it out.
Amateur Sailor Challenge.
Amateur
They're
Sailor.
an amazing couple.
They're
They're
working-
actually doing what we did. They're working on their boat on the hard in Fort Pierce
Yep,
in
in
Riverside.
the same boatyard we were, and
Yeah.
they're putting some videos together of that.
Yeah, and
But
their boat is looking amazing. Like they put so
Doing
much
such
work
a good
into their
job.
boat. You should definitely check them out and subscribe to them as well.
But they have an old wind vane that came off of their boat that they're going to hook us up with. So we're going to go back and put that on before we cross the Atlantic because our autopilot is very temperamental. So hopefully we'll get that working and sorted out before we go over there.
Yeah. So how do we charge our batteries? It's all
Solar.
solar. Right now it's all solar. We want to have wind generator, but we're trying to find the best one first. Well, not the best one, but the one that
Wind
connects to
generator,
us the most.
Yeah, wind generators are noisy and they don't produce as much as they ever claim
Yeah.
they do. But honestly, at night we only draw maybe 70 watts or so. So even if we just had something that could like trickle in 70 to 100 watts at night, that way during the day we wouldn't have a deficit. Other than that, I don't really see the need for one. There's a company that makes ones that go up on your spreaders that are like vertical,
Yes.
which we're really interested
These
in.
are the one that we want, and
But
it's
we've tried
super
contacting
quiet.
them, like didn't get an email back. So I don't think they're too into email marketing. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see.
I'm gonna
Who else
skip
we got
that.
here? Hi from west of Ireland. Wow,
Cool. Half from Europe.
great
Nice.
pub.
We should sail to the
Awesome.
Baltic. Yes, we definitely
love to.
should sail to the Baltic, and hopefully we will. That would be amazing. We
Does
really
Jessica
try.
really
We strive to do a different route than most cruisers, so we like to do things differently, as you know.
Yeah, we like to go to places that are a little different.
So hopefully we'll be able to cross the Atlantic a different way and get to different zones. Maybe the Suez Canal. We never know, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, we'll see. We have lots of plans, but they seem to change every day.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Sail challenge. And you paint jobs inside the boat. Very fair.
So what do you guys do for money? This is it, guys. We
Pimp ourselves out on the internet.
we pay for something.
No, our YouTube
No,
videos.
it's a lot of work. It's basically my job to be
Editing
making
video
videos for
all
you
day
guys
long.
all day long. I think I work maybe 6 days a week on them.
Yeah,
Between, if I'm not editing the video, I am videoing the video.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And things with videoing takes 5 times longer than if you're not videoing, and
But
a
I'd
sailboat
say-
it already takes twice longer than normal life.
I would say between Patreon, YouTube, and the other companies that we have collaborations with and sort of affiliates
Yeah.
with, it's pretty much covering our travel expenses now. Barely covering. It's enough for like food and boat repair, but it's enough that we don't really have to look for other income right now, which is really, really nice. So
We should talk louder. Can you guys hear us okay?
if all of you,
I can just
don't
bring
move that
the
too much
microphone a little closer.
closer. Yeah,
It's really
so
hard to talk loud in a restaurant.
I just
'cause
turned
then-
up the input. Maybe
Okay,
it'll help.
cool.
I don't know.
Alright.
If we're talking too loud, let us know. Jesse Lee, lithium-ion batteries are flammable. Be very careful. Some of them are, some of them aren't. There's new technology out there that's 1,000 times safer than the stuff that lights on fire. So we're getting batteries out of a Volt or a Leaf, which are a lot.
Or that's
better.
safer than something
Yeah.
that's completely unexposed.
They're not the ones that they put in airplanes or your camera or your phone that tend to melt and explode. They're much safer than that.
Have we ever thought about getting a small outboard engine as backup for the electric motor? No. I mean, at first we did when we first started, but our transom is so small and so high up that it will be very complicated to get
have
an
its-
outboard to reach the water from there.
Yeah. Wait, what was it?
An
You said
outboard
Devils?
motor for
an outboard motor
as a
for the thing.
backup, yeah. But
no,
we are electric.
We
and-
did, and we'll show it in the next Electric Peak video. We did tow our boat with the dinghy, little 6-horse, just to see if we could. And that little 6-horse towing in relatively rough, maybe 1 to 2 foot high seas, we towed our boat at 3 knots. So, I mean, it is possible. The theory's there, but the way our boat is and the way a motor, like the motor would either be underwater or completely out the whole time, it wouldn't be very efficient to have an outboard off the back of it.
So the name of the YouTubers that are currently at Riverside are Amateur Sailor Challenge.
Amateur Sailor Challenge.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, they have Instagram and they've got a YouTube channel. They haven't been putting as many videos out recently because they're working really hard on their boat. But they've got some pretty good videos about fixing up their boat. And they were like 2 boats down from us, but they're spending a little bit more time fixing their boat up, so it's a lot nicer than ours was when we left.
It looks really nice. They did a really
Looks
good
great.
job on them.
Looks
It's
great.
really nice.
What else we got? Riverside.
Once
Cape
you increase
Horn.
batteries to extend the range, will your solar panels be able to charge all of them?
Yes. So Grandpa Farm over here, our solar right now puts in way more power than we ever use in a day. So on a nice sunny day. So what'll end up happening is, if we have to motor for 30, 40, 50 miles in a day, then it might take a week to charge them all back up again. Or we can pull into a marina and charge them overnight. But they're enough to charge our daily usage now, so they'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, so in case you guys are new to the live streaming deal, we recently learned when we were chatting with Doodles, Megan and Bobby. By the way, if you haven't heard this before, you should check them out. But
fun.
it's a little bit behind
There's a lag.
of what we actually
YouTube
say.
puts a lag
So
for
when we
some
read
reason.
your questions, we insert them when we read them, but it's a couple minutes, maybe 1 minute off. So we apologize if you don't see all of your questions. Hopefully we'll be able to activate Super Chat next time. But for now,
we'll try
let's
to figure that out.
Yeah, for now, let's
sure.
just
I didn't realize that was something
do
I
it
had
as
to
we
turn
go.
on, so we'll see.
yeah.
Hello from a fellow BC snowboarder. Hi, Larry King.
Hector asked, "What do you guys think of Rouge Waves?"
Rogue waves.
Oh, Rogue Waves. I was gonna say I don't know what Rouge Waves is.
Rogue waves are definitely real and a lot more common than people probably think, but they're not waves stack up on each other. Every 7th or 9th or so wave is about twice as big as your average wave, and then rogue waves come through every once in a while, and we've experienced 1 or 2 waves, not like, waves that are going to tip your boat over, but waves that are definitely bigger than the rest of them. So we understand that in heavier seas, heavier weather, there can be some really big waves out there. But there's usually just one, so you just kind of ride it and you're fine. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
that's
if we're
what
ever
we
down around
know.
Cape Horn, we'll let you guys know about rogue waves.
Cruising guy for Haiti, we're actually working, a little secret between you guys and us. We're working on creating a website called Sailing Haiti,
Yes.
and it will talk about, it will be
All the 6 months we
focused
spent
for
there.
cruisers that want to see Haiti, and it'll be talking about all the anchorages that we went to, how safe they are, who to talk to, the phone number, what they look like, so a picture of them so that you know who
All
to
the
trust.
local knowledge that you need, where to anchor, what it's like,
And if you want to go to town, where to go, where to get groceries, and where to
where to get
visit.
Wi-Fi, where to get SIM
So yeah,
cards.
we're working on this amazing website, and hopefully we'll be able to get some help from Haiti tourism.
If we ever,
We don't know,
if we ever can
hopefully.
slow down making YouTube videos long enough, we'll be able to.
Yeah. Hopefully by next
upgrade
year,
that.
though, we'll be able to post that website up. So stay tuned for that, and hopefully everybody watching now will go and visit Haiti.
Should I start again? Of course. Today's the day. Of course, you should start watching our videos again. Why would you ever stop? Do you guys have a mailing address to receive supplies from fans? Yes. We kind of have been sending stuff to my parents' house in Canada, and then they put stuff in a big box and they'll be shipping it to us.
Every other month or so, they make a fun little mail to Uma box, and
Yeah.
wherever we are in the world, they'll mail it to us.
If you guys want to mail
Just
stuff,
send us an
send us
email, and we'll share with you the website, the mailing address.
Mailing address.
It's funny because when you're live, you can't really
Yeah.
edit it out. You have to. The mistakes gonna keep going, which is fun.
Is Dan still a Canadian citizen? Yes, forever and for always, unless Canada.
And I'm
does
still a
something
Haitian
stupid.
citizen,
Yeah.
right here.
I have a green card, but I haven't used it in a while, so I'll probably end up getting rid of it because I don't really pay U.S. taxes. So.
Actually, funny story. The one immigration officer told him that he should get rid of it because he's been out of the state for a while and he doesn't pay
I haven't
U.S.
had a
taxes
job in a while, so.
because our YouTube and Patreon is based out of Haiti, which is an issue for YouTube apparently. But
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
figure that stuff out eventually.
yeah, so the thing is with AdSense, you have to our bank account in Haiti and our YouTube AdSense have a miscommunication issue, and
They
we
don't
can't
talk
get
to
paid
each
from YouTube yet. So our new camera and our new drone
Yes.
for you guys are in
It's
hold.
sitting in our YouTube account just waiting for us to get that cash so we can get all new camera gear because we desperately need it. Our camera gear is falling apart. I mean, this is our GoPro. It has painter's tape holding the battery in, and then we've replaced the lens once or twice, and the audio on our camera is going down, so we're using the phone again. It's
And I know we
huge,
always
so.
advertise just you use what you have, and it's great to use what you have, but at the same time, it's good to be able to give, a little up-to-date technology. I don't know where I'm going with this sentence, but
and better autofocus too.
stay up to date with technology. And so our camera is falling apart, our GoPro's falling apart, we have no drone, so that's okay. But
Yeah, we're getting a
it's
drone
okay. Hopefully you guys still enjoy our videos with what we have, and hopefully we'll be able to upgrade for you and be able to give you more awesome shots, awesome angles, and maybe underwater sailing Uma style swimming with the dolphins.
Oh, all right. We should probably answer one of these about
let's do that.
Aubrey. Florida Buckeye. Was Aubrey as fake in real life as she appears in video? Not
guys,
at all.
Aubrey is such an amazing person. She's
It
so
sounds weird to say
full
that
of
because
life.
we've seen some of her videos too, and who she portrays in her videos just didn't seem. I mean, she was just a completely normal person to hang out with.
The
We
thing
had
with
so much fun
Aubrey,
hanging
I
out with
think,
her.
is I mean, obviously you guys know that if you're recording yourself, you get to decide who you want to be on YouTube, and either you want to be this energetic person, or you want to be, you want to market something else, and it doesn't mean that that's who you are. It doesn't mean that that's the choices that you make doesn't have to be live on YouTube.
I think every sailor judges other sailors about how they fix their boat and everything, and every mother judges, or every parent judges every parent about how they raise their kids. But for us, we just kind of stay out of other people's business.
Yeah, we don't judge people. We meet them, and then we figure out if they're nice or not. And if they're nice, we love to have a good time with them.
Yeah.
And Aubrey was great, and she was with she came with a friend, Stefan.
Yeah, she was sailing with a friend, Stefan. They both came up. We had a good time hanging out in the waterfalls in El Yunkin rainforest, and it was a good time. So, I mean, we didn't have an issue with her. She seemed like a pretty normal human being to us.
So how long will we be in the Caribbean? All the way to August. We'll zip around to Grenada.
Define the Caribbean.
Yeah, that is true. That's a good one.
Our plan right now is to stay in the Caribbean, maybe South America and San Blas during hurricane season, and then back up to Florida by next winter, spend the spring working on a couple of boat projects, and then getting up north and crossing to the Azores and Spain. So we'll be in the Caribbean, I guess, officially until the end of the hurricane season, November, December. Hopefully stop in Cuba before we go back to Florida. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So what drone do we want? We were hoping
Mavic.
to get the Mavic.
We wanted the splash drone because it's waterproof, but it's so
big. It's really hard to carry around, especially if you like to travel. Then it's great to be able to have something small that you can just put in your pocket.
We would never take it with us if we had the splash drone.
Yeah.
It would always stay. It would always stay on the boat.
Because you really need a suitcase for it.
Yeah,
but the huge. Mavic, you can put it in your camera bag and carry around if you're going, to...
It's this big, so you can put it wherever you want and take it wherever you want. It's not waterproof, so we probably won't have as many awesome sailing drone shots, but we'll do our best, and we're hoping to get that pretty soon. We've been working with YouTube for the last 8 months to try to get paid from them.
Sailing Doodles, yes, we met up with them when we were in Culebra. We had an amazing time.
Yeah,
we actually had a little YouTube party when we were in Culebra. It's one sailing and Sailing Doodles and Sailing Uma all together on the same boat, sharing some sundowners. It was a really good time.
It was great.
And hopefully it'll be in one of all of our videos at some point, because we all had turns of saying that this is us, this is who we are with.
Rico Ricardo, how much for the camera? I'll get it for you. The camera we want is
the newest Sony is the one that we want, because it has, with
the
autofocus,
Sony A6500, because it has video stabilization and it's really good in low light, and it has amazing autofocus. So we right now we burn through probably 80% of our clips we don't use because they're not in focus, and so because the camera we have is just terrible.
This is the camera that we have now. It's a Nikon 5100.
It's been around for a long time.
It's the one that I had for school back in architecture school, so it's 7 years old now. But everything, I can remove the focus thing that comes with it.
The audio's bad.
Everything is falling apart.
The screen has salt water in it or something, so you can't really use it very well. It's a mess.
It works for now, and we have to put a little sticker so that the audio doesn't mess up.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to upgrade, because that's why we put a lot of music these days too. It's because if we try to do the wind, it doesn't work.
We can't vlog as much as we used to.
Yeah. So.
What else?
Yeah. Aloha, Biff.
Rico, if you're serious about that, send us an email, man. Seriously.
Are we going to learn how to scuba? We actually did. If you follow our videos, you will notice that we went to Mexico. An amazing Tony.
Last December, a year ago?
It was last February. My
it's
birthday.
Been a year no, it's 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, wow.
We went to Mexico, to Cozumel, Mexico, and we have our scuba certification.
Yeah, we got open water certified while we were there, and it was amazing. And since then, we've done a lot of free diving, and actually we scuba dived in Haiti a little bit, which was really nice. The water there is so clean, so clean. What else?
All right, he's
Will
a
we post Haiti info and active captain? Yes, that's actually one of the plans is to go through and post the
good
information
idea.
on the anchorages
Definitely
and
good
who to
idea.
contact an active captain because we use that quite a bit.
How old are you guys? Somebody asked it earlier too.
Not that old.
I'm 27. He's 28.
Yeah, I think so.
Turning
I should check
28
my
in
driver's
February.
license.
Turning 29 in this July.
Soon. My birthday's soon.
Yeah.
Ba-da-da-da-da. Panasonic GH5 is a great camera. It's also kind of on our list, but I think we like the Sony just a little bit better, but there's a lot of good cameras out there. We just kind of fall in love with the Sonys. No
The
Maverick.
DJI
Wait for
Spark.
DJI
I
Spark.
don't think I've heard of DJI Spark.
I haven't heard anything.
Maybe we'll
amazing.
we'll do some research about it. Maybe it's
We'll Google that later.
the reason why we like the Maverick is because it's compact, so you can carry wherever you go. But if the DJI Spark comes up with something and it's like the price is relatively the same, then we might check it out too.
That'd be great. Maybe. I mean, every drone DJI comes out with seems to be better and better. Us being like a little bit rebellious, we're always like, "Ooh, let's go for this drone." It doesn't have very much, marketing or whatever, but DJI just really produces some amazing drones. So it's gonna be hard to say no to.
So, what are our long-term plans?
Keep sailing.
Keep
forever.
sailing. We don't circumnavigation. In a way, yes, but we don't really want to call it circumnavigation.
It's not like the goal to go around the world and be done. It's our goal to like
sail
see
the
as much
world.
as we can.
So
And
we might do the whole Pacific Atlantic thing, and then instead of going back to Florida, we just keep going and going back. So we might not end up at the place that we actually started, because that's what a circumnavigation technically is. But we'll keep sailing for as long as it makes us happy, and we'll keep sharing as long as you guys are watching.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
We'll see how well that goes.
Don't add a couch to your list. No, a couch will
Never
never
again.
be on our list.
Never again.
Although we will have cushions on the boat.
Yeah, we're getting cushions soon.
Because sitting on the bare floor is it's tricky.
Get a Canon 70D. That would be great, but they're really big and really heavy, and just like the big splash drone, we probably wouldn't end up taking it with us all the time.
Yeah.
The Sony, I think, is at least equally as good, especially with autofocus, and it's so much smaller that we're going to bring it with us when we go places.
Yeah, and the thing too, like a lot of places, like Haiti, for instance, if you bring a big camera like this and start videoing people, it's a little bit
Intimidating.
That word.
It's a big camera with a big microphone on the top.
Yeah,
It's a big
and
scary
people
looking
get a little nervous about it. But if you have like a little portable camera that's the size of your phone, then they don't care and they're okay with it. And it's easy to carry, and you don't have to worry about how big it is. So that's always a plus.
What do we got? What degrees did you guys all pursue? Engineering knowledge. Do you have any other productivity? We both graduated from architecture school with our bachelors.
I have a minor in construction management.
Yeah, she was an overachiever.
But he was a contractor since I met him. So
Yeah,
like,
I think since I was about 13, I've been fixing people's houses and stuff. So it was, it worked pretty well to get a boat.
yeah, and actually, funny story. You guys didn't ask, but I'm gonna say it anyway. When we were in school, because I'm an international student, after I graduate, I get 1 year of experience. So I get to be an intern for any company. And I decided I couldn't find a company that wanted an intern at that point. And then called me one day because we were already friends. And he said, you know what, how about you just work for me? We can just maybe find a way to call it an internship. And I went to my international advisor.
School was concerned, it worked.
For some reason, she was okay with it. So we wrote it down. It was legal. I was working for about a summer. Yeah. And then we decided that from an internship, we will make it our own business. So we started to have our design, flip houses, be our own contractors. So we would come up and do the design with the client and then come back up and do the actual work for about a year. And that's what we saved up to get Uma.
We worked all summer, saved up, bought the boat, and then lived on what we saved for about 10 months until we started making money online.
Did your father teach you how to be resourceful in Canada?
Yeah, definitely. I grew up being very resourceful. We lived in a log cabin in the middle of the woods in the Rocky Mountains, so we built and hunted and grew everything.
So a funny story about Din's family is basically exactly him, but in a cabin form. When they were young, they took a little WV, what's that name of that
VW
bus?
van.
VW van, and then drove it across the country to the other side of Canada in the middle of the mountains.
Built a log
cabin by themselves and lived there for a while.
Yeah. Kia, hi, how's it going? You asked that question on Patreon too. What's the difference between the Eco Fridge and a regular boat cooler? The Eco Fridge is technically a thermoelectric cooler that runs off of a little Peltier device. It doesn't have a compressor or refrigerant gases in it. There's pluses and minuses to both of them.
Yeah.
Though it works for us, but especially with little power and it's super silent, it's really easy to install. So that's why it worked for us. And our boat didn't have a fridge, so we didn't have anything like fix or upgrade. We were starting from scratch.
Here's a good question. Would you recommend electric motor, and how reliable is it? So here's the thing with electric motor. We love our electric motor, and we wouldn't go any other way now because we didn't have a diesel engine from the beginning. But we tell people that if you already have your diesel and you like it and it doesn't give you problem, then stick to it. And when it becomes a paperweight, then become electric.
Yeah, if your diesel motor is dead, I mean, if you like sailing and you're good at sailing, go electric for sure.
Yeah.
But if you have a working diesel motor,
you might as well keep it. Yeah, definitely. But we love our electric motor. It hasn't failed us. Besides the battery problem, it hasn't failed us at all.
We're getting a bunch of comments now.
And oof.
All
right.
Motor.
Have we crossed paths with?
Rand?
Yes, we did.
We spent like a week in Culebra doing all sorts of mischievous
amazing,
things. It was a lot
fun
of fun
times. Keep an eye out for our
We're
next
maybe
few episodes.
2 or 3 episodes, probably 2 episodes away from posting that content. So it was a good time. We had a great time.
We had a fun time with them.
What part of Canada am I from? BC? Oh, Dad, yep, you're already on it. Yeah, I'm from British Columbia, but like the middle of British Columbia, about 9 hours northeast of Vancouver, so middle of absolute nowhere. Have you a kicker or a vang yet? Yes, we just finished installing our boom vang.
Yes, we did.
Before we had our boom vang not attached to the boom, we would just, if we were going downwind, we'd run it to a midship cleat, and it worked fine. It was a preventer and a vang. But now we have it, and it works great. And we just didn't have the right kind of bracket to attach it to the mast, so we never bothered. And we've never gone downwind ever, except for now. The DR to Puerto Rico, Haiti to the DR to Puerto Rico is downwind. That's the only downwind sailing I think we've ever done.
Yeah. Water maker. No, we haven't talked about water maker. We do not have a water maker, although it would be nice to have one. Hopefully we will have one relatively soon.
The same friends who are going to hook us up with a wind vane have a old big water maker that they don't really want to put back together, so we're going to see if that's viable, and hopefully
we'll be able to fix it up and put it on our boat.
The only thing is we'll want to upgrade. It probably has like a 1224, maybe 120 volt motor pressure pump, but we'll need to switch that for something that runs at 48 volts. So we can run it off of our lithiums and motor bank.
Patrick asks, do you guys speak French? I do, because I'm from Haiti. Haiti
I speak
has
like a tiny little bit.
French and Creole are the 2 main languages, and I learned English in school, which I practice a lot, obviously. But yeah, and hopefully his French will get a little better.
Hopefully, someday.
Yeah. Any plans for a bigger boat in the future? Not yet. Maybe if we were to expand the family, then maybe. But until then, Uma is great.
Our boat's big. It's twice as big for her as it is for me. The thing that we really like about our boat is how easy it is to get up and sail. We can from waking up in the morning to prepping, anchor up, sails up, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's easy to sail. It's easy to manage the sails. So a bigger boat, it just gets harder and more expensive exponentially. So we like the boat we have for now.
Wait, I saw something over there.
Up here.
Something about
how much the motor cost?
How much the motor cost.
We did a breakdown on our website under the Electrobeak section.
We can actually write it down too. We'll write down the link. It's sailing.
But the motor, just the motor on eBay cost us $125. The entire thing, including the solar panels and batteries and charge control and everything, I think we were into maybe $1,500. It wasn't bad. Really cheap. A lot cheaper than putting a diesel in for sure.
Yeah.
Dan, a Speedo would definitely boost viewers. Ooh.
Yeah, right? But what
maybe
color,
when we get to
though?
like 100,000 subscribers, I'll wear a Speedo.
That'll be the thing that you do.
That'd be terrible.
Maybe a red one or a pink one,
That would be terrible.
That'll be funny.
Can you talk about the process of checking in and out of countries? Noonsite, if you haven't heard of it yet, is a really good website. It usually gives you the generalities of what to do, but it's
very easy. It's very, very easy.
We had so much worries about it starting out. That was one of our big things, especially with her being Haitian and a Haitian passport. But it's a lot easier than it probably should be.
For instance, here in the BVIs, you show up, there's an immigration office, you can show up in your bathing suits because it's in the beach.
Yeah.
And they give you the formalities, you fill it up, they stamp your passport, and you pay your fee, and then you're good to go. And as a Haitian passport too, it's a little bit tricky because you have to know what visas to get in ahead of time. And it's something that we're trying to learn to see if we can get some visas without having to go back to Haiti to get them.
That'd be really nice.
For instance, going to Europe, I need a Schengen, and I don't want to have to go back to Haiti for 2 weeks just to get the Schengen to come back to UMA.
It'd be kind of a mess.
Yeah, but we're trying to figure it out. But U.S. citizens and Canadian citizens don't have that problem at all. They just show up.
I didn't even know visas were like a thing. It was just like a thing I got stamped on my passport. So it was a learning experience for both of us. All right, let's do some rapid fire. Speedo did that one. Visit Liverpool. I'll take you out to the Beatles tour. That would be fun. England's great. We plan on stopping in.
We'll let us know because it'll be hard to kind of keep track of.
Do you have an amateur radio license permit? No, but my dad's a ham radio operator, so I'm sure if we wanted to get it, he could help us out. It would be kind of fun to have SSB on the boat and chat with people around the world, get weather, all that.
Yeah.
But not yet. Really love your vlogs. Awesome. Todd, you're great.
You're really going like speed.
We got a lot to catch up to.
Go.
Bernie, have you crossed paths with Rick Moore? No, but if he's around down in like St. Lucia, maybe we will. We watched some of his drone videos, so it'll be fun.
Sea railing. We've kind of touched base on that earlier. We removed our lifelines because we didn't trust it because it wiggled and broke as we just linked to it.
Yeah, that would.
But
terrible.
we do want to have really strong stainless steel rails all around the boat that you can just clip on and don't have to worry about unclipping to get to the bow.
So far, it's not dangerous without it. Like, we've been in pretty rough weather. We've hove to in 40 knots of wind in the middle of the night in pitch black and, like, hoped that we weren't there. But, like, a boat has something to hold on to kind of everywhere we go. We're both fit and nimble. We both rock climb and slack line and do other things that involve, like, holding your own body weight.
And we do have jack lines. So if the weather's bad, we clip ourselves onto the jack lines, which is attached to the boat.
The rule on our boat is don't fall off the boat, and lifelines don't actually keep you on the boat. They just keep your laundry and your kayaks on the boat, but they don't really keep you on the boat.
Yeah, because however good you are at retrieving somebody in a maneuver board drill, you never know. Like, if somebody falls in the middle of the night in a bad weather, you will not find that person.
Doesn't happen.
All you can do is turn all your lights on, heave to, and hope for the best. So we hopefully will never get to that, and that's why we jackline ourselves until we get our rails.
So SB Emerald, Rick, SB Emerald Steel made their own water maker for the tent that costs. Yes, we actually watched their video and chatted with them a little bit about it. It looks pretty viable. If we can't get this water maker to work, we might end up building our own, especially because you can just like rip out the guts of a glacier thing at the grocery store, and it's a reverse osmosis water machine. So we'll see.
Apparently, a lot of people want to see you in a Speedo.
Who wants to see me in a Speedo? I don't want to see me in a Speedo.
I don't care. I don't mind seeing you in a Speedo.
Keep it when you're playing. When did you visit me in Dive Center in FOXY? Ooh, that'd be sweet. South Pacific. Patrick St. Orange? Not Orange. Yeah, if we make it to the South Pacific, we'd love to go diving down there. It'd be beautiful.
Yeah.
You think out of the box. How's your non-marine equipment holding up? Just fine. Nothing on our boat.
Oh yeah, because we get a lot of things from Home Depot.
Or falling apart. PVC is PVC. People like all the stuff in the electric motor is still not rusty. All the electronics we put in are still not rusty. All of the old wiring in our boat from 1970 that's only copper is still not corroded. So it's all been really totally fine.
So David Smith asked if we have internet on the boat. No. There's ways that you can do it, but they're really, really costly. Yeah. That's what mega yachts have.
Yeah.
But and you can technically have what's called Iridium Go, where you can post things on Twitter or.
We might upgrade to Iridium soon. We can't really afford one yet. It would definitely be a good upgrade. Maybe when we cross the Atlantic, we'll have one because you can get better weather and you can upload pictures and get email and stuff, which would be nice. But our InReach for now works.
Yes, our satellite device InReach, we can text with people, like our patrons, our family and friends, and we can check weather and we can post things on Twitter. So there are going to be our most up-to-date updates every twice or 3 times a day. We're going to post something on Twitter.
Yeah, we're going to start doing that a lot more.
These days, we're doing something fun called cruises versus charters, and it's kind of fun because most of the times you can spot if you're a cruiser or if you're a starter. For instance, if you decide to just walk around butt naked on deck in the middle of the day with 20 boats around you, definitely you're a cruiser.
I'll be a cruiser. What else do we have? What about AIS? We'll look into it, probably just like a transceiver so we can see AIS. We can link it to our chart plotter and our laptops and stuff, which is great. But we probably won't get a transmitter anytime soon. They're a little bit more expensive. If we had an upgrade to our VHF radio, we might.
Hi, Jean.
Clay, no Speedo.
No Speedos. You sure about that? That would be fun to have Speedos, I think.
That's probably a good idea.
No, I think if you were a Speedo, I wear a Speedo with the top. at it because it's kind of like a bathing suit.
I want to come stay with you. Rico, send us an email. We'd love to chat with you more, for sure.
Okay, Kia, regarding the bottom paint, will you choose to repaint the bottom? That's a tough question because we're experimenting still with our copper bottom right now. Because I think we found a system that would work where we don't have to clean it as often.
We reactivated the copper with a really rough stainless steel scouring pad, and it seems to work a lot better than what we've been doing for the last year. So stay tuned for another couple of weeks to see if that works or not.
Hopefully, what we do now is every time that we jump into water, we go really quick, and even if there's nothing, we just like give a little scrape, so that we don't have to actually just go and exercise.
It seems to be better now. But since we don't have anything to compare it to, the next time we haul out, we were planning on maybe going with copper coat just to see like what the difference between the two would be. But now in the last little while, we may have changed our minds a bit about that. So just stay tuned, and we'll have a better update for you guys.
So
soon.
What is the dimension of our head sail? I think it's like a
dimension of our head sail.
110%.
It's big. It's
Our
like a
Genoa
130
is really
or
big.
a 140. It goes way past the mast. We above like 10 or 12 knots of wind, we're reefing our head sail for sure.
Yeah. Because it's just, especially when we're coming into an anchorage, usually we just refit because we need to see. And it's so big that sometimes we just can't even see in front of it.
It goes all the way to the deck, so if you're sailing into a marina or an anchorage, you can't see anything, so we roll it up anyway.
How tall are you, and how does it affect your inside? Okay, so guys, I am 5 foot nothing, so I'm very, very short. So the boat for me is twice as big as
she can stand
normal
up
people.
on the settees in the salon
and
her
still
head
not
still
touch the top. But Den is like 5'12".
I'm like 5'10", I think.
5'10".
I don't really know how it affects my sailing skills.
How often do you move to a new island? In the BVIs, this is our first island.
Every day.
But everything's so close that in a day,
2 miles apart.
It's so weird because usually we're used to a couple days of passages, and until we got here, it's like in the morning we're somewhere, in the afternoon we're enjoying the sunset in a different island.
It's amazing.
It's great.
Amazing.
It's great.
Previous to Puerto Rico, it was a new country probably every month or so because it was just, and we didn't have a windlass, so picking up the anchor, and it was just a pain. But now it's all the time. Every time we sit down and like sleep and catch our breath, and then we want to go sailing again. So it's been really nice. How tall? Oh yeah, we read that one already. So a lot of people are talking about the Amazon link for the Keko cooler doesn't ship to the United States. I'm not 100% sure how that works, or if you can. Empty drink over here.
Sorry.
I'm not sure how that's going to work. We're working with a guy in Florida who's hopefully going to become a U.S. distributor for Keko. And I know some people have had success shipping them to the States. Sorry if we can't be more specific about that. The company's A10 in Italy is doing their best to like translate and deal with all this as quickly as they can because they know a lot of you guys want to buy one.
Did you mention that there is technically a U.S. distributor?
He's not. I don't think he's quite up and running yet. Probably
but
in the next week or so, there's going to be a guy
someone
in
is
Florida
working to become a U.S. distributor to ship in the U.S. But until then, Amazon is the best link that we could get from them. So hopefully that will work out for you guys.
What
else?
You guys are gonna? Jean, you said something about the fittings to do the rails. 20-foot lengths for stainless steel rails. We want to do a continuous welded stainless steel rail because it's a lot stronger when you have the horizontal, I don't know what you call it, torque taken care of, and the vertical. It's going to be a lot stronger to do continuous welded than it is going to be to do the little connectors and like Allen screw things together. So that's the plan. And since we have a solid bow pulpit and a solid stern rail, all we really need is a couple of lengths of stainless steel and some skills fabricating, and we'll be able to put them up pretty cheap, actually.
Yeah. Oh,
we just haven't slowed down long enough to do it yet.
Cool. There's another question about the battery bank. Does 48 volt provide enough power for your needs, or would you consider a larger battery bank?
48 volts powers our motor. We run a DC converter to 12 volts to power all of our house loads, and that's only a 300 watt converter, and it seems to work just fine. The battery bank we have is good enough for our daily living and good enough for motoring in and out and what we use it for, but we can't like move our boat from point A to point B motoring 3 or 4 miles and it's pretty much at 50%. So I think until we get lithium and a better charge controller and that kind of stuff, then we'll have a much larger battery bank. It'll still be 48 volts, but it'll be able to like move our boat distances when not sailing.
Clay, New Orleans. We did go to New Orleans actually
yes.
on Carnival.
Our thesis year in
Mardi
college,
Gras.
we didn't like do anything.
It was an
Drive around.
amazing adventure. We had so much fun. That was before we even had the idea of the boat, but yeah, we went there for a couple of days.
Yeah, we were there for almost a week.
It was fun.
Great.
It was a lot
We'd
of fun.
go back.
So again, guys, at the end of this chat, this is the camera, we're going to give a little coaster from FOXY's to one of our awesome followers today.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, give us an idea of how we can test you guys. Maybe a question, a quiz, or how well you know us.
Yeah, how should we decide who we send that to?
Yeah,
We'll
because
sign
we're
it for you, too.
only giving out one, and when that one is picked, we will get in touch with you and get your mailing address and sign it directly from us. But yeah, how do we pick one?
How do we choose who to send you guys? Definitely someone from the live chat. So
We don't want to do it randomly because we know there's a lag. So by the time that we pick somebody, it's already too late, you know? So we want to make it count. So we want to question you guys.
David, how hard is it on night watch on no legs? Is it tiring?
Night watch.
Night watch, honestly,
It depends.
since Puerto Rico, we haven't night sailed, and we kind of miss it a little bit. At least I do. I like sailing.
He
at
likes
night.
night watch. It's hard for me to stay awake.
Yeah.
So I have less of a night
Aptitude.
on watch.
Yeah, I
shift.
usually do like 2 night watches, and she does 1.
Yeah.
We don't really time it. It's kind of like when one person.
If somebody wakes
the
up,
other
then
one
we
falls asleep.
switch, and then if somebody's too tired, then we switch. We don't really have like we do 3 hours or whatever like that.
It's
Usually I do.
We watch movies, listen to music, read a book.
Yeah. Usually I do earlier at night, and then does the middle, which is the hardest for me to stay awake.
Yeah, like
and
that
then
1
I
to
do
4 a.m.
like
shift.
the morning sunrise part, but it also depends on the mood and if the person doesn't feel like doing sunrise, then we just switch. If sometimes Dan just wants to do it the entire thing, and
I've stayed up all
give
night
him
sailing,
credit,
and then I sleep all day, which is great.
You know, he wakes me 6 hours later, and
Bradley Scotch, I think you may have been asking this question before, but how do we attach the conduit to the mast? Yeah, we didn't really show that in the video because we did it like 11 o'clock at night, so there's no video of it. But I'll try to explain it briefly for anyone else who's interested as well. So on the side of the mast, I drilled 2 holes, and in the top one, I would drill through the conduit before the wire was in and put a big screw in it and pull it tight. And then the bottom one, I would drill just a short little screw that just went into the wall of the conduit, but not all the way through.
yeah.
And then backed out the big screw, and then it would hold it up again. So you could also do it with rivets probably, but that seemed to work, and it's still holding up 2 months later. So.
Oh,
it
François
works fine.
Edmond, a shout out. Hi, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And I saw another good question there. What's the best thing that we've written on the chalkboard?
Ooh, don't ask. That is for people who stay on our boats.
I
Eyes
think,
only.
actually, I think the best thing that we ever written, we were in Samana, and we
Yeah,
had
there was a lot of weird
a whole
things
bunch
got
of
written on
friends
our board
over,
then.
and we had a game of snakes and ladders.
That we
and
turned into a
that
drinking
we
game.
that you know that yeah, we turned into a drinking game. Snakes and ladders is such an easy game, but if every single number is a rule, it gets tricky. And one of the rules was to come up with a story. You know, the one that you say a word, the next person say another word, and it goes on.
So like Dan.
And it was something like
yeah.
Dan is.
Oh, don't even repeat it. It was
I kinda
awful.
wanted
But we didn't really remember writing it up there. And the next morning, everyone woke up and were like, "What is written on the chalkboard?" Like,
Something about
and
unicorns.
then we all remembered what happened the night before. And
Something
it was
about
just
unicorns
ridiculous.
and something about hot Dan is so hot, and
Oh, it was weird.
it was
weird.
it was very funny.
Jay, one sentence that explains what it's like to sail open water, please. Oh, that's a good question.
Wait, what is it? One sentence?
Here, one sentence that explains what it's like to sail open
Oh,
water.
okay, not one word, one sentence. Open water. Okay.
Well, how about we get back to you
Don't
on that?
mess with nature.
Mother Nature.
That's the sentence.
Don't think you can beat Mother Nature.
Respect
Mother Nature.
her and
That's a pretty good one.
prepare as.
Respect Mother Nature is pretty good.
Yeah. Respect Mother Nature and prepare accordingly.
Yeah, it's usually very peaceful and very calming and just very amazing sailing when you can't see land, and then every once in a while you get your ass kicked, and during those times it's stressful, and then the good times that follow are just amazing and totally worth it. So, respect Mother Nature and prepare accordingly, I think is a really good sentence. High five.
Boom. All
Put that on a
right.
t-shirt.
No, but the funny thing is too is like when we have bad moments because it happens. You have moments that you're just nervous and it sucks, and you're all salty and all wet. But the good moments after
Right
this are
underneath.
so much better.
Right underneath Uma, when night sailing, what are the stars like? Which ones? The ones in the sky or the ones in the ocean?
Yeah, because the bioluminescence,
If
I
there's
call
no
them sea
moon,
stars.
if there's no moon, the stars in the ocean are almost as bright and way cooler to watch than the stars in the sky.
And
honestly.
the best moment of sailing at night for me in my entire life of 1 year of sailing was when I saw dolphins. They were swimming along the boat.
in bioluminescence.
In bioluminescence. So every time that they did a little flip, you could see like an explosion of green, beautiful.
You could see like the silhouette
luminous
shadow
thing.
of the dolphin go by, covered in like this blue like jet contrail.
It
of
happened twice.
bioluminescence.
It
was
happened.
amazing.
It happened on in my very first sail with Uma, going down to Florida with our friend Bradley, and it happened the second time coming into San Juan actually, and that was an amazing.
Yeah, and then also like the keel and the rudder disturb the water. So at night, if you turn off all the nav lights, which you only do when there's no other boats around, there's just like this blue sparkly contrail of bioluminescence coming out behind the boat that's 6 or 7 feet deep. It's amazing.
All right. What are you guys reading these days? I don't really read much. We watch a lot of movies
Been
and just
reading a
put
lot
it on
of
replay on our headphones.
Kindle.
He reads a lot. I don't really read that much.
All sorts of stuff. I've been poking through a lot of like storm passage books and heavy weather books and what else? One of our followers sent us a book about electric motors recently on Kindle, which is kind of nice. Poke through that. It's basic information, but it's all relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just listen to movies. I listen to The Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and like Disney movies like Nemo and Moana and things like over and over again, and Big Bang Theories.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else? Have we rechecked the movement of the keel?
It doesn't move.
I mean, in the water, it doesn't move. It's
So the very first time that we left the marina, the very first sail, and we grounded right there in the marina channel, the epoxy we used to fare over the keel cracked, but the seal is still strong. There's no water that comes in. And since then, we've bumped into a couple of things from time to time. We grounded in Haiti, and it's the crack's never gotten bigger. The keel's still super solid. Our boat flexes quite a bit just because it's a fiberglass boat and it's old, but the keel seems really solidly attached to the boat, which is great. So we feel pretty good about that repair we did. Have you picked a hurricane hole for this year? TJ. We're not really doing a hurricane hole. We're just going to be south of the hurricane belt for those 4 months or so.
Yeah. We were planning on hauling out to check the bottom, but I don't think we will do that anymore.
Yeah, to repaint the bottom, paint the hull, that kind of stuff. I don't think we're going to. We're going to be in like Dominica by August, and then Grenada, Trinidad, Tobago, ABCs, Cartagena, maybe the San Blas, and then up to Mexico, Cuba. So we'll be out of the way of most hurricanes anyway. And there's good anchorages down there too. So.
Hey Scott, again, how we check our weather is either from, like when we have Wi-Fi, we check Windy TI and a couple other apps. And like what other apps do we check?
Passage weather's okay. It's a little spotty. I've got one on my computer called like Gribzy or Easy Grib or something that seems to be pretty good. It's really small files, so I can download like a week of weather before we go sailing. But between Windy TY and the weather we get on our InReach, it's usually very accurate. The 3-day forecasts are very accurate. Like when we were in the Bahamas, why we stopped, we had planned to just sail all the way through the Bahamas, but the weather said it was going to be no wind for 4 days out of nowhere, so we decided to just pull over and anchor and wait for the wind to come back. And there was like the next morning, 0 wind. 4 days later, it came right back and we finished sailing, which was great.
So Rico, if you want to send us an email, I just texted it down below. It's sillyuma@gmail.com.
Easy
You
enough.
can get in touch with us there. We check our emails almost every
As
time we
long
have
as we get
Wi-Fi,
Wi-Fi.
but usually if we get Wi-Fi every day, we'll check it every day. But yeah. Have we ever had a knockdown? No, we haven't. Hopefully we'll never have
Majestic Mark,
that.
you're great. I put 299 names in a hat and drew the winner for the coaster for you, just helping you out. The winner was Majestic Mark. How convenient that you drew your own name.
Wow, lucky, right? You had a lucky shot.
I'm waiting you in Italy this summer. I'm at Catch 53. Cool. We'll probably be in Italy like next
year.
summer?
Yeah, next summer.
Year? It'd be really cool to meet up with you guys.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Also, guys, again, we're giving this away. Well, not this one, but a new one. And we're going to sign it for you guys. So we're trying to still find out a way to pick out the winner.
Why should we send it to you?
Tell us why you want to be. It's nothing much, but it's something from us personally, and we'll have a little heart and something special for you.
Do you use or have thought about using a sextant for old school navigation. That'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
Celestial navigation would be great.
It's
to
always
kind
a
of,
good
like,
thing to
toy
learn,
around with
for
and
sure.
practice. We can definitely, we have paper charts usually where we sail. So handheld GPS and paper charts is an equally easy way to sail as a chart plotter, and we've done that once or twice. But sextant would be fun for sure.
Yeah.
Is
Mexico and your future plans. We went to
Yes.
Mexico and we went to Cozumel and we loved it. And hopefully on our way back before we cross to
Guatemala,
Europe, we'll
Cozumel,
stop again.
and then Cuba, and then Florida. It'd be pretty cool.
It'll be really
We
fun.
liked it over there.
Yeah.
Since you're doing a collector conversion, would you recommend buying a ready-to-go kit or still do it yourself? We did things so cheap on our electric motor because most of the stuff was either given to us or we scrapped out of boats that they were tearing apart. The only thing we really bought was the actual
motor on
motor
eBay.
and then a couple of like
For,
wire
like,
connections and
$100.
heat shrink tubing. We did it so cheap. There are kits out there. Electric Yacht makes some really good kits in like
Ocean
the
Volts.
$5,000 area. Ocean Volt's amazing. If you
Ocean
can
Volt
afford
is
an
like
Ocean Volt, that's awesome.
$10,000 motor.
If you're super duper handy and you're willing to like experiment a bit, yeah, build your own. If not, there's very respectable kits out there. For our boat, that probably would have been in like the $5,000 to $10,000 range, and they're bolt-in. You just like you take them, you bolt them in, you plug it up, it's done. So it doesn't take you like 4 months to figure out how to do it like it took us. So yeah, I mean, if you can afford it, buy one for sure.
Yeah. Hey Kia, I know you're asking a very girly question about my hair. I don't really use much, but I do want to come up with just one video for the girls, sailors out there about, you know, what I use for my body, what I use for my hair, and all that simple sailor stuff.
Yeah,
Sailor
actually.
girl stuff.
So we'll see if that.
Yeah,
works out.
hopefully that will work out.
Thanks, TJ. Yeah, it's been a long process the last 2 years, but it seems amazing. Sometimes we even go back and watch some of our old videos just to remember just how crappy it was in the boatyard.
Been, yeah.
But
I used to put a blanket over the computer and over my head just so that the audio from the computer kind of gets my voice.
Yeah,
it was a
mess.
fun. Yeah.
But now sailing around through the BVIs and stuff, and especially because we got our windlass and our lazy jacks and our
We
everything's
feel
working.
so fancy.
It's just, and our fridge is working. It's just like that sort of dream come true the past couple of weeks. It's been really amazing.
Yeah.
Someone said something about more info about the fridge. Does it work? Anything that cools seawater gets fouled? How do you clean it? All that stuff. The fridge has worked really well. The link to the Amazon and the company is in the description of the video, so go check that out. We haven't had to clean it very often. We still have problems when we heel over. Sometimes the water doesn't make it all the way through the pump and our fridge doesn't work on that point of sail. So we'll be moving the pump even down further into the builds. We thought it was far enough, but I guess it wasn't. That's really the only thing. Everything else just works really well. Like it's such a simple system that it works. That's all we can really say about it.
Yeah. Cool. That Dutch guy, where's the Heineken beer? We're not drinking beer. We were drinking local cocktails, but we haven't had the chance to go back and order another one. So if you want to order a drink, you can just call the bar and order one. Just saying.
Travels.
Do you guys follow other channels? We used to when we were in the heart and we had access to Wi-Fi every day.
We watched all of them.
We watched every single YouTube channel that existed.
It kind of kept us going.
It was entertaining.
Mess.
It was entertaining, or we can see the difference, or we can see the effort, and it's fun to communicate with them too. But now that we're sailing and we don't have Wi-Fi, it's hard to actually watch some of them. We do watch Delos and we watch White Spot Pirates. These are our two top favorite ones. And one sailing, and we met Sailing Doodles.
We tend to download other people's YouTube videos and kind of like poke through them when we're out sailing somewhere, and like kind of to like keep up to date with where everyone is, because it's really fun to meet up with other channels, especially.
It really is.
And meeting up with Rand and Doodles was just so much fun. So hopefully we'll kind of stay up to date as best we can, but with such limited Wi-Fi, we have a hard time keeping up with everyone.
Yeah. So Doug asked, any plans to use our architecture degree specialty as any future ports?
Yes.
So the thing with architecture is, when we started sailing, we put in our minds that we want to learn about everything that happens in the world, the cultures and the way that they build things before we can even want to tackle the architecture projects. And if we do get projects while we go, it would be amazing, but it's really hard to find those connections.
Yeah, and it takes a long time. The thing with YouTube is we kind of keep moving because we always are seeing new things and we're videoing new stuff and going to new places. But to do a good job with a project
You have
takes
to
a
stay
year.
that
So we would have to like
place.
stop and stay somewhere for a year.
Yeah.
So right now we're mostly just sailing
Learning.
around and
We're
learning
just
seeing
learning, just
and experiencing,
putting things in our brains.
and just trying to figure out like how the world works and the people in it. And then down the road, we'll definitely be doing a lot more architectural projects in really meaningful, helpful ways that come from the learning we've done through this whole adventure.
Kenny asked what's the name of the bar. We are at
FOXY's.
FOXY's and the BVIs. It's the most popular bar in the BVIs.
Apparently.
So if you Google it, you'll find
They
it.
have a live stream too, like
Yeah,
all
they
the
do.
time.
If you
Somewhere around here
if you
there's
guys
some
want to
cameras.
check out, just Google on YouTube FOXY's live stream, and you would actually see. You probably won't see us because we're further out from the bar, but you'll see the live bar there. And also,
your video editing skills are amazing.
oh, thank you. I really appreciate
It's all her.
it.
Get your bone, get your boon, get your bond, get your bone. Get your bone. That's bone.
What?
Get your bone. Your video skills are amazing.
Get your what?
Get your bone.
Oh, get
There
your
you
bonus.
go.
Sorry, a little slow.
That's all good. Yeah, Kika's really good at editing videos. I tell her that every day, but she doesn't listen to me.
Yeah. What's the name? All right. Let's see here again. Let's see. Okay, there's a bar.
FOXY's.
Oh, FOXY's, right there. You can
Davis
Google it.
Instruments, Mark 15,
and
16. Ooh,
you'll find it.
Fun. Just to be real with you. Thanks for the videos.
You need to read it out loud because people don't automatically know. We appreciate all of you watching our videos, by the way.
For sure.
We wouldn't be where we are today without
amazing.
you guys.
We had no
you
idea.
following us and supporting us either on Patreon or on YouTube or Instagram or on Facebook. And your input and comment and likes, they keep us going. And the fact that we know that you enjoy it makes us even more motivated to share with you.
Yeah, we always
So-
try to find new adventures and
Yeah.
new places to go just to share them with you guys.
So
It's
give
been-
us
it's
always
been
give
great.
us a little thumbs up because it lets us know that you guys like it and it gives us a smile.
Is Kika on Women Who Sail Facebook group for women only? Nancy
No.
tells me what they write.
I haven't
I
heard
don't think
of
you're
that
on
group.
that. You should, because you're
I-
a woman who sails quite
Right?
well, actually.
Yeah.
Might you sail to Alaska coast one day? That'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
We would love to sail up the coast of like Japan and go across to Alaska and then back down the west coast that way.
Yeah, across the
Um,
Pacific North instead of.
That's a long-term goal though, so we'll see how that works. Our boat's a little uninsulated to hang out in the north for too long, I think.
Do you guys use navigation charts and Yuki Memo board? We do have
We almost
paper
always
charts.
have paper charts.
And it's good practice.
at
Even if we
least-
don't need it, we just go out and
Yeah.
every day at noon try to do our thing.
At the very
I'm
least,
still learning.
At the very least, digital copies of paper charts that we can keep. But so far, all the U.S. coast and all the Caribbean, we have paper charts and relatively new ones, which
And
are
we
great.
use Navionics a lot on
And
our iPad.
Digital's good. We like it for actually like steering and using the boat. But as far as like planning, I love paper charts. You can see like the whole thing. You can like draw your lines and figure out your courses and angles. But it's hard to do that on a digital chart plotter, especially like when our little buttons are all terrible.
Yeah. And what was I going to say? Yeah, we will try to do more often live stream. Hopefully,
hopefully.
hopefully once a month. We decided that the first Saturday. Well, we'll let you guys know. But once a month, we will do a live stream, and we'll be able to talk for an hour and a half, chit chat about questions and the weather and things like that. It'll be fun.
Are you guys
There's,
going
like,
to Soggy
sun on
Dollar?
this
We
now,
actually went to Soggy Dollar with
Yesterday.
our friend
Yeah.
Robert
Robert.
yesterday,
Yeah.
which was a lot of fun. We hung out at the beach there and like ate some dinner. It was really tasty actually, and then came back at the dinghy at night, which was a little weird, but it was
It
fun.
was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Don't forget the visa episodes.
We
we'll
did-
probably update more. We've secured visas for her and figured out what we need to do for pretty much the whole Caribbean. The next questions are Canadian and
Europe.
European visas.
Yeah.
We have to sort out.
But whenever we get to that point, we will definitely update
It's
you on what we
literally
did.
every single country she needs a visa for, so it's tricky. But
Well, technically,
working
there
on it.
are 40 countries in the world that I don't need a
That's
visa
true.
for.
There's a couple of countries in Africa. There's like I think India and Egypt and
French
Turkey.
Polynesia, I can go to French
So
Polynesia
there's-
without a visa.
We could
so
poke
that's
our way
good.
around the world without getting her a visa, but we'll see.
Yeah. What boat speed do you reach? It depends
Without-
what sea state.
It depends.
Because if you're going with the current, we reach 10 knots with the Gulf Stream.
when we're getting a push with the wind,
We reach 7 knots downstream.
without a current, and with like super flat, like perfect sailing conditions, we'll push 7.5 to 8 knots sailing
Yeah.
like under our own power. Normally we don't push our boat that fast just because everything gets really uncomfortable and loud and she starts to squeal a bit. Normally I'd say our average would be 5.5 to 6 knots, and at night we slow our boat down just so it's more comfortable, almost always. We're also usually always beating, so we slow our boat down to like 4 knots at night just so we can like sleep and relax, and our autopilot can keep up.
Tyler asks, where in BC are you from?
The middle.
Tiny little town with 28 people living in it called
That's the
Avola.
one. That's the one. Tiny town in the very middle of it.
Yeah.
We need lithiums. Have a talk with me privately. Might be able to help out. Ooh, John, that'd be awesome. John Rothworth, send us an email if you want to help us out, get some lithiums. That'd be great.
Can we extend our videos to 22 minutes? Honestly, we try not to make a video too long, just because I don't really have a long attention span. So if I can't watch a video for a certain amount, I tend to not want to make a video that long.
Yeah, she starts out with about 30 hours
I need to move after
of
20
video
minutes.
content and edits it down to maybe 45 minutes, and then we sit there and watch and like trim, so that they're not super boring.
Yeah.
At least we try to. Hopefully they're not so boring.
But I think the 15 minutes to 20 minutes is basically the range that I am aiming for all the time.
Longer than that's pretty long. Shorter than that, we just have too much to show in a week. We just do too much stuff in a week to only cut it down to. I mean, we used to. Our videos used to be really short.
It makes you guys want to stick out for the next episode. Yeah.
Sailing Lucy, that's great. Being on the water in 6 months would be awesome. I'm glad we could help in some way. That's really cool. Good luck with your sailing adventures.
Cool. All right, guys. So we're gonna probably be leaving in about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, we'll probably tie this up.
So we have time for a few more questions, and we have time for that little coaster giveaway. And how are we gonna do that? Did we figure it out?
Maybe we'll just go through and put all these people's names in a hat and just draw one.
Ooh, that would be good. You know what, guys? Everyone that participated in this live chat, we will put you guys in a hat. And
we'll give you a shout out maybe in our next video.
In our next episode, we will pull the hat and find one of them.
I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a great idea, because then people that participated all have the equal chance to win.
So Kevin Brown, are you thinking about getting a different tender? Our dinghy's like kind of starting to fall apart, like the seats at least. The seats are bad, the oars broke, but the dinghy itself is still fine. If we do upgrade, I think we're just going to upgrade to a newer porter boat, because all of the complaints we have with the old one, they're fixed with the new one. So I think that's going to be the solution we go for. We love the fact it can fold down. They row really, really well, and they're light and easy to maneuver. So, I don't think we'll get a rib on our boat. They're too big and too heavy. We don't have a place to put them. And we don't have to worry about popping. We haul our porta boat up on coral and rocks and all the time, and it's just nothing. You can't pop it. You can't destroy it. So it's pretty sweet.
When is our next live? We will let you know. If you guys get on our channel in a couple of days, we'll probably announce when our next live stream will be. Hopefully once a month we'll be able to do
Hopefully
this.
Once a month. We need to find some faster Wi-Fi, I think, so we can do a little bit better job next time. I know the Wi-Fi this time was like a little bit choppy.
Yeah.
Do you use your iPad while navigating? We almost always run Navionics on the iPad along with our chart plotter. It's good to have backups, and you can kind of zoom in and like plan a course on one, but then see the information on the other. So yeah, we use both.
Cool. Hey, from Portugal, Alex. And if you love Uma, you probably know what she means, especially that you're from Portugal. So.
Yeah, right. It's Portuguese.
Cool.
We've been enjoying the Virgins. My family's been there in the past 9 years. Virgin Islands have been nice so far. The water here is so easy to sail through, and everything's so close, and the food is really good, and the drinks are really strong, and we've had a good time so far.
And we are working on some really cool Uma gear for you guys soon.
Actually.
We won't let you know what it is yet, but it's a surprise. But hopefully soon we'll be able to start either selling you guys or giving out some really cool gear that says Sailing Uma, and you can represent us everywhere. And let us know how you love us, because we love you. I'm blabbling.
Yeah. Follow the boat, use a porta boat. Yes, they did. I think they got hit.
They got rid of it because, they got hit.
The sun is like... Ooh. Yeah, we're starting to get some sun, guys. So I think we're going to probably cut this pretty soon. Yeah. It was a lot of fun chatting with all of you, though. This was good.
Yeah, it was a great first experience, and hopefully we'll catch you on our next live chat.
And keep an eye out for your name, because we're going to draw a name to give this away, and we'll call it out in our next video.
Super cool. All right. Well, bye, everyone, and thanks for stopping by. And until next time, cheers.